Looks good. Let me cross check whether you guys can hear me. Let me write down the today's topic. I think still not started, right? Or is it started? Okay, so today we are going to talk about PostgreSql replication. Okay, I need to set up this little bit. PostgreSql replication. Let me know in the comment section, guys, if you guys can hear me so that we can start with our today's lecture. Okay. So going forward, like we will have going forward we will have all the lectures like this only. So we will have a setup like classroom, and yeah, every Saturday, Sunday, or wherever and whenever I get a time, I'll try to come online, and we will have a very interesting session for you. But let me know if you guys can hear me, and can we start with our today's lecture. I know today is Sunday and most of you are busy with your family or future family, but let me cross check. Looks good, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can see some responses are coming. Looks good. Hello, can we start? So very interesting topic that we are going to start with our today's lecture is what is meant by PostgreSql replication. Okay, we'll start about that, but let me take some feedback from everyone if you guys can hear me. I see looks good, looking good, right? No problem now. Can we start, guys? Okay, so yeah, what is meant by replication? Okay, so whenever you go for an interview, definitely you will have a lot of question based on the replication. Why replications is very important? Because that is a future, that is a future. Nowadays everyone is looking for high ability. No one want, like, if you are going to the ATM and if you see that okay, the ATM is closed, and if you are not able to withdraw the money, definitely it will be a disaster for you. अगर आप एटीएम में जा रहे हो, वहाँ पे जाके अगर आपको पैसा नहीं मिल रहा है, साला इतना गाड़ी निकाल के वहाँ पे जाओ, वहाँ पे जाने के बाद पता चलता है एटीएम बंद ही है, तो दिमाग तो खराब हो ही जाता है ना. So nowadays, like, nowadays means like it's been a long time, but since the technology is there, no one wants the downtime as of now. Everyone is looking for a solution where 24 across 7 should be available. You take an example of any e-commerce website, like for example, if you are talking about Amazon, or if you are talking about the Flipkart, right? You can go to this official website, you can go to this website and you can purchase any product at any time, right? Similar way, see, similar way, we are supposed to, you know looking for such a type of availability in database level also. For example, how? You take an example, consider an example. Let's say this is my PostgreSql server, okay, which contain my multiple databases. Let's say I have database 1, I have database 2. Now these databases are connected to the respective applications. Like let's say this is my application 2 and this is getting connected to the application 1. Now there is a scenario, there is a situations. What is the situation? The situation is saying that because of certain unnatural situation, this PostgreSql cluster goes down. So whenever your PostgreSql server goes down, obviously, like, your databases will be down, and if your databases are down, then you will not be able to access this application. You will not be able to access this application. And client is saying that, boss, we cannot afford the downtime. We cannot afford the downtime. If you are looking for more money, I'm ready to spend the money, but you tell me a solution where my applications cannot be going down. I don't want my application to be going down, right? आप मेरे को जितना पैसा मांगना चाहते हो मांगो भाई, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मैं पैसा खर्च करने के लिए रेडी हूँ, बट आई नीड समथिंग where my application cannot go down. So what to do in that case? That is the reason they have come up with the high availability solution. We called it as a replication. So what is this replication? Replication is high availability concept. Replication is high availability concept. Such a type of high availability concept you will find it in multiple database. Like for example, if I compare it with the Oracle database, in Oracle we have a multiple replications concepts are available. Like we talk about the Oracle data guard, we talk about the rack environment, right? These are also application, these are also your these are also replications are there. But when we talked about the PostgreSQL replication, there is a terminology we called it as a replication. Now what I don't want any downtime, I don't want any downtime with this application, and client is ready to spend the money. What we can do, instead of having one server, because see here, this is available under some operating system only, right? Now if your server goes down, your database server goes down. So basically your database, so if your operating system goes down, your database server will be go down. If your database server goes down, your application will be down. This is the downtime, and client is saying that we cannot afford the downtime. So in that situation, what we can do, we can come up with the solution. We called it as a replication. In replication, you will have a multiple servers. So this server, we called it as a master server, which contain your master database server, like which will have your multiple database like DB1 and DB2. So this is something we call it as a master server. Some people are also called it as a primary server. And now I want a high availability, right? I cannot afford the downtime. So what we can do, we can have a multiple server like the same to same. Generally you will have same operating system, same server configurations will be there. So what you can do, you will have a database server here. Here also you will have DB1 and DB2. And this is something we called it as a replica server, or some people are also called it as a standby server. So we can have multiple standby. I'm not saying that we can have only one standby, we can have multiple standby. And how this mechanism works, internally, that I will tell you later. But right now you need to understand that whatever changes you are going to perform here, like let's say there is a user one, he is performing insert, update, delete, create, alter. So basically whenever you are performing any DML or DDL transactions on primary side, those transactions will be replicated automatically on the standby side, automatically. So if you are creating any table, I'll draw it here, and if you are inserting any data, then that table will be getting created automatically here, and data also will be getting inserted over here. Let's say you are making some changes on primary, like let's say you are making like update, you are updating something, then automatically it will be updated on standby side also, automatically. So basically what I can say that my primary server and standby server both are in sync right now. Both are in sync, because whatever changes which are available on primary, the same changes you can see it on standby side. So basically both are in sync right now, correct ना? Both are in sync right now. आपको समझ में आ रहा? You guys are understanding? What is the best part about this replication? What is the best part about this replication? By any chance, if your primary server goes down because of any disaster kind of situations like fire, earthquake, किसी ने बॉम्ब भी डाल दिया, कुछ भी हो सकता है, राइट? आजकल तो दुनिया इतनी डेंजर चल रही है कि कल क्या होगा उसका भरोसा ही नहीं, कल का क्या है आज का ही पता नहीं है. So this is basically available in some physical location which is available in some building. Now you can have any type of disaster kind of situation. Let's say there is a network problem, power outage, and as I told you the multiple examples like earthquake, fire. So that time my application should not be getting down, right? And it cannot be go down because whatever data you have available, the same data is available on the standby side, same data. So what you need to do, you just need to promote the standby to the primary. Promote means you just need to change the role of that database. You just need to change the role of that server from standby to primary. You just need to change that. You need to say promote. You are promoting it to the next level. So basically you have a high availability here. You don't need to worry about the backups and recovery, See, if you're saying that I have a backups available, does backup will play an important role? Yes, we can use that. But if you want to restore the backup, first of all, you need to have a server. So you need to build a server first. Then backup will take a long time. You cannot afford that much of downtime right now. So if your primary server goes down, standby will become primary and you will not have any downtime also. You may have a downtime. I'm not saying that there will not be downtime, but the downtime, if you compare, that will be very small. It will be very, very small. Downtime तो होता ही है यार. सही है ना? सही है कि नहीं? Right? So you can have multiple standby here. I'm not saying that you can have only one standby. You can have multiple standby over here. No problem in that. No problem in that. You can have multiple standby. So by any chance, if your primary goes down, let's say your standby also goes down, you have multiple standbys. You have second standby, you have third standby, you have multiple standbys are available. So you can use any standby, no problem in that. And you can just promote that and the rest of the standby will follow him now. Because he is the new leader ना. लीडर चेंज हुआ तो उसके पीछे पीछे फिर उसके सैनिक आएंगे. सही बात है कि नहीं? सही बात है कि नहीं? आप लोग बताओ मेरे को कमेंट सेक्शन में. आर यू पीपल अंडरस्टैंडिंग? Let me know in the comment section. Are you people understanding? Let me know in the comment section. I can see people are saying yes. Prakash is saying yes. Rajesh is saying yes. Suyesh is saying yes. Sanket is saying yes. Great, great man. Okay, good. So this is all about the replications. This is all about the replication. So what is the main purpose of replication? The main purpose of replication is to have a high availability. I don't want any downtime, so you can use replications. Whenever you are using a replication, you will have a primary server and you will have multiple standby server. We call it as a master server and replica servers. We can have. But this is a costly setup also because now you are not using one server, you are using multiple servers. See, PostgreSql is free of cost. But you need to purchase a hardware, right? At least you may not need, you don't need to worry about the licensing, but you need to purchase a softwares, hardwares, right? You need to do that. So that is the reason this is costly setup. But those applications which are very, very critical, those applications which are very, very critical, the people are using these replications. And believe me, whenever you are going for an interview, you will see a lot of questions based on this. You will see a lot of question based on this. Replication के बिना आप लोग इंटरव्यू क्रैक ही नहीं कर पाओगे. चाहिए. Do you have any questions, guys? Please feel free to ask me. So yeah, is it similar like a SQL Server application? Yes. So these replications are available in your Oracle also. Like for example, in Oracle we called it as a data guard. RAG is also there. SQL Server also have replications, right? Any databases or any technology, whatever you discuss, the replications concept are available and it looks like. Now there are different type of replications are available. Like when we talked about the replication, you will see a different type of replication. What are the replications type? So for example, there is a replication we called it as a streaming replication. Streaming replication. Streaming replication. Then we have logical replication. Logical replication also. So there are multiple different type of replications are there. I'll just talk about the two which are very main: streaming replication and logical replication. What is this? You definitely may have questions like, what is streaming replication and logical replication? What is meant by streaming replication? What is meant by logical replication? Okay, first of all, streaming replication. See, in streaming replication, everything will be replicated from your primary to standby. So, for example, let's say this is my PostgreSql database server. Under that, I have three databases are there. Then all these three databases are going to be replicated on standby side. Everything will be getting replicated. Like you're from primary to standby. So I'll just give the name like primary, and this is my standby. So in streaming replication, some people are also called it as a physical replication. Everything from primary will be getting updated on standby. Let's say in future you created one more database. So that database also will be getting replicated on standby side automatically. You just need to provide some sort of configuration. That also we are going to see in the next lecture. भाई ये replication किस तरह से आपको setup करना है? Definitely you might have a questions, right? So we are also going to talk about that. So what is the main purpose of physical replication or streaming replication? It is a block to block copy, block to block. Whatever changes you are going to perform, everything will be replicated on standby. It is a block to block copy. We say block to block. This is something related to the Oracle also. Oracle also have some same site of setup. What is that replication we called in Oracle? That data guard, physical standby database. Similar like that. Okay, that's something we called it a physical standby. But many times, like we are in a situations where I don't want to replicate everything. For example, some client is saying that, boss, I don't want to replicate a complete database. Like for example, I want to replicate specific schemas only. Let's take an example. I have one schema with, here may have multiple schema, but there is a schema with the name U1. I just want to replicate specific schema or specific table. So what you will do in that case? See, streaming replication will replicate everything. But when I am in a situation where I want to replicate some specific thing, what I will do in that case? That time we are going to use something we called it as a, logical replication. What we call logical replication. तो लॉजिकल रेप्लिकेशन में क्या होता है? In logical replication, whenever you want to, in logical replication, what is happening? Whenever you want to replicate specific schema, or let's say you want to replicate specific table, only that information will be replicated over here on standby side. You need to decide that what you want to replicate. See, if you are replicating everything, definitely on standby side it will consume the space also, and obviously there will be like you need to allocate that many resources also. But I am in a situation where I don't want to replicate everything. I want to replicate some specific table. That time we can go with the logical replication. Logical replication is internally using a methodology, we call it as a pub/sub method. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? pub/sub. क्या बोलते हैं? pub/sub. Publication and subscription. So on primary side you are going to create a publication or publisher, I would say. On standby side you are going to create a subscriber. आप लोग समझ में आया? Publisher and subscriber. So this subscriber will subscribe to the publisher. तो आपने बोला कि भाई मेरे को क्या करना है? I have one schema, or let's say I have one table and I want to replicate it. I just want to replicate this particular table. So you are going to create a publication for this table only. And whoever is going to subscribe to this publication or publisher, I would say, whoever is going to be subscribed to this publisher, they are going to see that changes on standby side. आप लोग समझ में आ रहा है? सो इसको थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकली और देखेंगे ना, ओके. if we are going to see this, uh, okay, there are some questions. So if we are going to see this practically, then you will understand it in much better way. What I will do, like, today, just like, I was just playing with this. I got something new set up today, so I just thought, like, let's play with this. So now I think it's looking good. Are you able to understand? Are you people enjoying this session, whatever so far we are doing this? Like, if you are getting, like, if I'm getting the good response, then I will definitely continue this in the future also. Mostly my plan is to talk about multiple concept coming live on this blackboard. So if you're understanding it and if you're enjoying it, let me know in the comment sections, because based on your feedback only we are going to continue this. And very soon we are going to close our 100k subscriber also. And thank you so much for your support. I hope, um, because you guys are sharing this channel with everyone. Okay. Okay. So so what I will do, okay, so today I just thought, like, to give you some heads up about the replication. If you want to play with this replication, you can play with this replication also. Like, for example, can I show you guys? No, no, not now. I need to jump my screen actually. So in the next lecture, what I will do, let me show you that. Okay, if I can do that, let me play with this. 1 minute, let me see if I can do something for you. uh, so what I will do, okay, this is my display capture, video capture. Can you see my, okay, looks good. What you can see now? Okay, so if I just start my setup, so you are able to see this screen. Video capture device, no, not video. Display capture, no, no, no. 1 minute, let me cross check. Automatic DGXA desktop duplication. I don't know which desktop it is taking. 1 minute. I'm just trying to add something. Acha, now I think looks good. Acha, looks. Can we fit it? Sorry guys, I'm doing it for the first time now, so I'm facing some challenges. What about video capture here? Well, I'm not able to see that. Okay, what you can see now, if I just go here, okay, now okay, so this is my replication examples. So if you go to my screen, like, you can see my virtual box, right? So if you see my virtual box, you can see here, this is my primary setup and this is my standby setup. So here I have done all this setup for you. Let me start my machine. Okay, let me start my machine. So I'm starting my both the machines. Okay, can you see? Okay. Okay, so I got the screen, but why my screen is not coming? Can I see that? Okay, so if I want to show you replications here we can see all the replications are okay. So again, I want to show you this practically, maybe not today, but in future definitely we can see about this. Okay, so today I was just playing, trying to play with this display capture, looks good. Okay, what about here, video capture devices? Okay. Now I can see. Looks good. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so yeah, can I start this machine? I don't know whether I have that machine or not. It's been a long time. PostgreSql stand, PostgreSql. Okay, so this is my primary machine, guys. Okay, not this Postgres. So if I just start here, pg underscore ctl start. Okay, so I just started my primary machine. I'll go to the session, Postgres, pg underscore ctl start. So yeah, so I have started my both the machines, PSQL. No PJ, okay. Acha, the setup is not ready properly. Actually, I played something over here. So basically, I'll just give some heads up. In the next lecture, I will show you to set up these things practically. Okay. So if you see my screen, like I just show you these two screen, right? So if you just see there, like there are two machines are there. One is a primary machine and second one is a standby machine. If you want to do this practice in your personal laptop, you can install the softwares like Oracle VirtualBox. Then you can set up your primary by installing the PostgreSQL database server, and then you can have one more machine. You can maybe clone it, and that will be a standby machine. And then you can just start learning about the PostgreSQL streaming replication. Once you are comfortable with PostgreSQL streaming replication, see, for streaming replication you don't need any additional software. It's just a matter of few parameters that you need to change, like hot standby parameters are there, your connection info, those small parameters are there. A lot of documentations are available over the internet, so you can use that. But yeah, if you want my help, definitely in the next live streaming I'll show you this practically. Today I was not aware, like to that I'll show you practically. So just allow me few days. Okay, I'll come online and I'll show you practically about the streaming replications. So actually the setup is not ready today with me. I have messed up all these things by playing with this. Okay, so thank you so much again. If you guys are interested for PostgreSQL DBA training, we are coming with new batch from tomorrow. Okay, so if you guys are interested to start your journey as a PostgreSQL DBA, because this is one of the most demanding technology, especially in open source. Thank you so much for listening me. Please subscribe and share with everyone. Thanks everyone.